The Big Push model, primarily associated with the work of Paul Rosenstein-Rodin, 1943, and later developed by Kevin Murphy, Andre Schleifer, and Robert Vishny, 1989, offers a compelling explanation for why some economies might get stuck in a state of underdevelopment and how a coordinated, large-scale investment effort can propel them towards industrialization and higher income levels. Core idea: overcoming coordination failures. The central theme of the Big Push model is that market failures, particularly coordination failures, can prevent individual firms from investing in new technologies and industries, even when such investments would be socially beneficial. These coordination failures arise because the profitability of one investment often depends on whether other complementary investments are made simultaneously. Intuitive explanation: the island economy. Imagine a small, isolated island economy where everyone is a self-sufficient farmer. Productivity is low, and there's little specialization or trade. Now, suppose someone has the idea to set up a shoe factory. The problem of isolated investment: if only the shoe factory is established, it might not be very profitable. The farmers have low incomes and might not be able to afford many shoes. There is no developed transportation network to distribute the shoes efficiently, and no skilled labor force accustomed to factory work. The shoe factory owner faces low demand and high costs. The power of coordinated investment, the Big Push. Now, imagine a scenario where simultaneously several interconnected industries are established: a shoe factory, a textile mill to produce cloth for clothes and potentially shoe linings, a power plant to provide reliable electricity for the factories, a transportation network, roads, maybe a small port, and training facilities to develop a skilled workforce. Increased demand: the textile workers become consumers of shoes, and the shoe factory workers become consumers of textiles. The power plant workers need clothes and shoes. The improved transportation allows for wider distribution and trade, increasing the overall market size. Reduced costs: the power plant provides cheaper and more reliable energy for all industries. The transportation network lowers logistics costs. The training facilities create a more productive workforce. The existence of one industry creates a demand for the output of others. E.g., the textile mill needs buttons, creating an incentive for a button factory. Self-reinforcing growth: the profitability of each individual investment is now higher because of the simultaneous presence of the others. This creates a positive feedback loop, leading to higher incomes, more demand, and further investment. The economy jumps from a low-level equilibrium to a high-level equilibrium. Key mechanisms leading to coordination failures and the need for a big push. 1. Intertemporal externalities. Individual firms might not invest in capital goods with long lifespans because they don't fully capture the benefits that future industries will derive from that infrastructure. For example, building a large port benefits not only current traders but also future industries that will rely on it. 2. Pecuniary externalities. These occur when the actions of one firm affect the profitability of another through market prices. Demand linkages. The shoe factory's profitability depends on the income of the farmers and later factory workers. If many industries start simultaneously, they create demand for each other's products, making each investment more profitable than if it were undertaken in isolation. Cost linkages. If multiple firms invest, they can create a larger market for intermediate goods and specialized services, leading to economies of scale and lower costs for everyone. For example, a larger industrial base might support the development of specialized repair services, benefiting all factories. 3. Information externalities. Early movers in a new industry bear the risks and costs of learning and experimentation. Subsequent firms can free ride on this information, making them hesitant to be the first to invest. A coordinated push can overcome this by making the initial investments more attractive. 4. Wage externalities. If a modern sector expands, it might drive up wages, making it less profitable for individual firms to invest. However, A coordinated expansion across multiple industries can absorb this wage increase through increased overall productivity and demand conditions, favoring a big push. The big push model is most relevant in situations characterized by significant increasing returns to scale. Many modern industrial technologies exhibit increasing returns, meaning that larger production volumes lead to lower average costs. A large coordinated investment can help firms reach these efficient scales. Strong inter-industry linkages. When the profitability of firms is highly dependent on the presence and performance of other industries, coordination becomes crucial. Imperfect competition. In perfectly competitive markets, individual firms are less likely to have a significant impact on overall demand or costs. The coordination problems are more pronounced under imperfect competition. Policy implications of the Big Push model. The Big Push model suggests that government intervention might be necessary to overcome coordination failures and initiate a process of rapid industrialization. This intervention could take various forms. Large-scale public investment. Investing in infrastructure, power, transportation, communication, education and basic industries can create the necessary preconditions for private sector investment to take off. Coordinated subsidies or incentives. Providing simultaneous support to a range of interconnected industries can internalize the positive externalities and make private investment more attractive. Strategic industrial policy. Identifying key sectors with strong linkages and potential for high growth and then actively promoting their simultaneous development. Development planning. A comprehensive plan that coordinates investments across different sectors and addresses potential bottlenecks. Criticisms and limitations of the Big Push model. Implementation challenges. Designing and implementing a successful Big Push is incredibly complex and requires significant government capacity and coordination. There's a risk of misallocation of resources and policy failures. Financing the Big Push. Mobilizing the substantial financial resources required for a large-scale investment program can be a major challenge for developing countries. Rent-seeking and corruption. Government intervention on a large scale can create opportunities for rent-seeking behavior and corruption, potentially undermining the effectiveness of the Big Push. Ignores market mechanisms. Critics argue that the model underemphasizes the potential for market forces and entrepreneurial activity to overcome coordination problems gradually. Global integration. In an increasingly globalized world, developing countries might be able to leverage international trade and foreign direct investment to overcome some coordination challenges without a massive domestic push. Conclusion. The Big Push model offers a powerful and intuitive explanation for why some economies struggle to escape poverty traps. By highlighting the importance of coordination and the potential for self-reinforcing growth through simultaneous large-scale investment, it provides a rationale for strategic government intervention to kickstart industrialization. While facing valid criticisms regarding implementation and potential pitfalls, the model remains a significant contribution to development economics, emphasizing the interconnectedness of economic activities and the potential for a coordinated effort to create a path towards sustained development.